So today I plan on fixing a problem that every Tesla has. It's that damn rear window. You can't see anything out of it. It's so small, the rear view mirror is tiny. You end up having to use that backup camera while you're driving, and it works great in the older Model S's and Model X's because you have that split screen, but in the Y and the 3, it kind of takes up the whole thing. And that kind of sucks. So today I plan on fixing that, hopefully. Well, that's the plan anyway. I'll show you what you can see out the back. I know my hand's in the way, but you can see how small that is. And then boom, you can see everything. It's pretty cool. And again, it doesn't matter where you put this, you're still gonna see the image. It's not gonna move around. Although you can move it. Oops, if you hold too long, it'll turn off. But you can move the image, which is really nice. It turns off, and then you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see you can kind of see what you see out the back. If you hold your finger on here, it pops up and you can see way more than what you can normally. Right now, this is the backup camera. You barely see the houses. Here, you can see the houses, and if I wanted to, I can lift it up higher. That's the cool thing about this. I can move this up and down. It is a 150-degree wide angle. So what this is a backup camera. You're probably thinking to yourself, well, there already is a backup camera in the Model Y and all the Teslas. Yes, but this one will display the backup camera on the rear view mirror. It is a monitor. It's not just part of it, but it's the whole 12-inch monitor rear view mirror. You can turn it off and use it as a rear view mirror anyway, but this is going to be really nice. This should double, almost triple what you can actually see out the back of the car. And I'm going to show you that as if I get this to work. Yeah, AUTO-VOX, the T9. I bought this on Amazon. I'll have a link down below. And I don't know if this is going to work yet, but we're going to learn together. Instructions, who needs those? And this is the rear view mirror. It is a full replacement. This connects to what's on the windshield right now. So this isn't something that sticks on top of the existing mirror. Those things look ugly, and I don't like things that are ugly in the car. So this is a full screen. I think it's a 12-inch screen. If not, I'll put it right here. But yes, this is really cool. It has a light sensor on the back. That's not a camera. This is not a dash cam whatsoever, but this is a full replacement. It has microphones, so the other cool part is you can record. You put an SD card in here and you can record things on there. Not really necessary for a Tesla because we record everything all the time anyway, but you can actually have a little different recording. So that's the screen. Here is mounting hardware, some cables and fuses. Now here's where it's going to be tricky. Tesla doesn't have fuses. The Model 3s and the Model Ys don't have fuses in them anymore, so I'm going to have to figure out how to do this. It's going to take some time. Might not be done well, it'll be done today for you, but not today for me. The backup camera. This is a 1080p backup camera. It's not a huge deal. You'll be able to see just fine. I think you'll be able to see a lot more. It's a 150-degree wide angle lens, so you're definitely going to see a lot more. Basically, what you can see on that screen is what's going to be put up there. You're going to be able to leave the map and everything down below. More wiring with inline fuses and everything. This is a universal kit, so I'm pretty excited to see how this works, what this looks like, and to see how much more I can see out of it. I'm going to have to do a little research on where I can hook up power, because you need constant power and you need accessory power, something that turns on and off. And there is that in the Tesla, don't worry, there is stuff like that. So we're gonna see what we can do. Let me try to somewhat explain how this works. This is the rear view mirror with the brackets to go to the windshield, and then this cable runs all the way down. You wanna bring it down towards a fuse panel or some power source. This is for a GPS module that they sell separately, so I won't be using that. This one's for the ground. The red is for an accessory, where it's switched on and off when the car shuts off. This power will go out. And this has an inline fuse for that. You can go right to a fuse panel on a normal car, but we don't have that, so we're gonna have to find power we're gonna have to find accessory power here. In the center console there is some. And we're gonna find constant power, which is this one, and then those have inline fuses. So if you weren't using those, you do have inline fuses as well. But then you have a very long cable that goes all the way to the camera here. This red wire is, you hook this to your reverse lights, and then you can have guided dashes, or you can have the guided lines pop up on the screen when you put the car in reverse. I'm not going to use that either because backup camera on the big screen does that. So that is the overall idea here. The only confusion is going to be these two pieces here. And of course, which bracket to use to mount this to the screen. The rest is just hiding wires and figuring out where I'm going to mount this. So I've got an SD card. I'm going to put that in the bottom of it, and we're going to see if that camera is better than this camera, or the other way around. Formatting and progress. And you touch it once and it's recording. So let's touch this. We'll get the same footage. I'll turn it off, and you can play it through here as well. But let's go for a drive, and we'll hit both of them as we're driving. So let's turn the camera on here so you can see both of them. This is the normal camera, and then this is the rear view camera. Now I gotta say, I've had it for a couple days now, and it is a little weird because, well, you look, sometimes if you're used to looking at yourself in the mirror, well, you can't do that anymore because you'd have to be behind the car by the camera. I'm gonna hit both. We're gonna hit record. Oops. We're gonna hit record on there, and then I'm going to, well, this records the 10 minutes back. So I'm gonna hold off for a little bit. So now it's recording from the dash, or it's recording from the back there. So once again, I think I fixed another issue with Tesla. I think this is the biggest issue. So far I've fixed, well, the mirror, the child safety locks in the back. I fixed the frunk issue. What else should I tackle next? You know, Tesla should really hire me on their R&D team, or maybe a fix-it team. I don't know. I should get a job there. Anyway, the link is down below. I did pay for this. No one sent me this thing. It does take some modifications, but I think you can probably work with the ball that comes off the factory one. So I would give that a try first. I didn't do that, although I can now because mine's broken. I think it's cool. It's like 180 bucks on Amazon. Link down below, and looks pretty cool. You just can't see yourself in the mirror. You got to use this mirror now. So proof of concept, it works. It's early in the morning. I came out here and I've been looking for a power source. You need to find one power source, a constant power source, and then a switched power source. So right now I just have it run directly to the battery. And the other thing I did was I took apart a USB A cable, and I was able to hook into the ground and a switched power. This is switched power. It will turn off after a while, so this screen stays on for a little bit, but I'm gonna try to find a different one. I'm gonna hook it up to this screen because this is an accessory. This will turn off once I get out of the car. For right now, I'll have this screen turn off, but here it is. I've already started the demolition, and this piece right here, this is just the nose cover for that right on there. If you just push on this, push forward, it pops right off. Try not to do that. It is held on with a clip, just so you don't lose it, and it rolls out the car. Just unclip that, and then once you unplug this, my frunk actually opened up because I have the power frunk. For some reason, it opened it up, but you just have to release power. Now, here's an issue that I've been having with my mirror. This moves a little bit back and forth. It's always moved a little bit. It doesn't shake here. I just found out it's the housing up here. So I think you grab this and turn this whole mechanism, and it'll twist out because there's like a triangle piece up here that we have to remove this whole housing. Pop this off the ball. No, we can't because there's wiring in there. So we're going to put that back on, remove this whole piece. Okay, a slight unfortunate turn of events happened. We're down to one mirror now. I dropped it. I dropped the factory mirror. So we have to make this work, no matter what. Does this mean it's bad luck? 7 years bad luck? That's not good. So now we have to make that work with what we got going on here. First I got to figure out why it's shaking. I'm going to pull this thing off, see if we can see a little bit more. Might be hard to see, but all you do is you pull on this end. Oh, that's the camera housing, but you pull on this end and it just pops loose, and that's up underneath. Did get this mounted on top of this. Now we just need to figure out a way to mount that hole there, or mount that screw inside there, because there's a set screw and it's kind of in the way. It's kind of cool. You can see the heating element inside the housing where the cameras are. But I still, again, haven't figured this out yet. I don't like that at all. I think there's 2 screws missing. That's what it is. There's 2 damn screws missing. Damn it, Tesla. Right there and right there. And it's making my cameras rattle. I don't like that at all. That's why it's hitting metal and metal. Where there's a will, there's a way. I had to grind out this area here so that screw would fit in there. This is aluminum, so it's really easy. I just put it in a vise and was able to just take a drill sideways at an angle. But you do have to shorten that screw a little bit as well. There's a set screw that fits in there that holds this in super tight, and it's ready to go back in. So now that's in place. The mirror will fit right on there. Not an issue, but the issue is this rattling. So I can't find any screws right now, so I'm gonna take some rubber straps that I have and sit it right there so it doesn't vibrate and make a bunch of noise, and hopefully those will stay. Kind of firms that up a little bit as well. Maybe I'll contact Tesla and tell them about that. There we go. I put the housing back on here. This is back on. I just tucked the power cord over to here because we're not going to be using the power anymore for this. Now this is installed. Let me get a light here for you. Now I have the mirror installed. I had to trim this piece, this nose piece that came down. It actually came all the way down to here. I just clipped it off. I actually just used some pipe cutters. But this comes out this way, which I actually like because now this is up higher than the factory one. I ran the wire through here and up around. Now that's going to connect into an additional wire that's going to run down the side to some power. But I'm thinking you could probably remove this power cable, disconnect all this stuff, and you might be able to get away with using this housing. I'm not sure if that ball is the same size as that, but you can probably try that before you go and modify this. I know a lot of people aren't going to modify their car. They're not into this. A lot of people are going to say, I'm not going to do that to my car. You just ruined your warranty. That's the funniest thing. You know, it's just a piece of plastic. If I wanted to buy that piece, I can. You have a VIN number. You just call, you contact Tesla Parts, and you buy that piece. I would have to actually buy a mirror as well, unfortunately. So sitting here, I have the camera right in front of me. You can't really tell anything is there, and nothing looks different. This is a bigger mirror than the factory, just to show you, quite a bit bigger. All right, so I am finished. Let me show you the whole process. Well, not the whole process. I'm gonna show you where I hooked things up and then how I ran everything. Up front, I used the ground of the battery, which is the negative, and I used the positive of the battery as a constant. I'm gonna tidy up those wires a little bit more. But yes, I do have a lot on my battery, and I've had no issues whatsoever. So I'm confident with this. Those run through that grommet, which pops out underneath here, and then I have all the wiring back here. I used the power for the screen I have over there from Hancho just because I can't find a switched power source. There is multiple switches, but I didn't want to dig through. I knew that switch because that turns off. You can probably hook to the USB ports in the back here. There could be some more. I tried stuff up here. I couldn't find it. But anyway, I hooked to that. If you know of a switch somewhere, of a switch source, please let me know. Leave it in the comments so people can use that. Then I just ran the wire underneath here, came up. I didn't like it through the back window because it was too dark. So I brought it up through, I gotta push this back up, but I brought it through here, popped it out here, drilled a hole right here through, there's a clip right here, and then there's a space in between where it latches. So I drilled a hole, and I'm going to fill that with silicone so I don't get any water in there. Mounted this mounts right to the back in between the license plate. Don't really notice it too much, and it works really good. For the people that like to modify things, check this thing out. I think it's pretty cool. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you subscribe, like the channel, and as always, stay awesome, stay positive, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.